Hi guys, in this tutorial we learn how to build forms in Angular application. Let's get started. Angular provides two approaches to handling user input through forms. One is reactive forms and another one is template driven forms. Reactive forms provide direct explicit access to the underlying forms object model. Compared to template-driven forms, they are more robust, they are more scalable, reusable, and testable. Template-driven forms are useful for adding a simple form to an application, such as an email list sign-up form. Those are easy to add to an application, but they don't scale as well as reactive forms. Forms modules. Working with forms in Angular, we must import forms module and reactive forms module in our app module in our application. Let's import forms modules and add to imports array. Take a look at this code. Import forms module and reactive forms module from Angular forms. Okay, forms module and reactive forms module. Now add this module in imports array here. Okay, forms classes. Form control class tracks the value and validation status of an individual form control. FormGroup class tracks the same values and status for a collection of form controls, and FormArray class tracks the same values and status for an array of form controls. Setup in reactive forms. The form control directive links the explicitly created form control instance to a specific form element in the view. Let's code. Now we will create two different components to build two different forms, reactive forms and template driven forms. So use this command to generate two component template. Okay, and also create another component, name it reactive. Okay, navigate to reactive component and open reactive component.ts file. Okay, and create an instance of a given form element, in this case username, form control, import form control class in top of the file. Okay, from Angular forms. Okay, now register form control directive in form template input field. So open reactive component.html Okay, input field, type text, form control, and form control name here, username. Okay, bind username dot value for form control instance. Okay, now open a web browser. Okay, now we have to add a router outlet and add app reactive. Okay, save this file. Okay, now type something. Forms is working. Okay, setup in template driven forms. The directive ngModel creates and manages a form control instance for a given form element. Let's define a form model inside template. Okay, now define username with empty value. Okay, in form template, register form model using ngModel directive for input element. Save and open template component.html file. Okay, template driven form. Okay, input element, type text, use ngModel directive, username. Okay, now display form model value. Use a heading tag. Okay, username. Okay, now save this file and copy and go to app component and add here. Okay, now save this file and go to web browser and reload. Okay, user. Okay, template driven form is working correctly. Now update form control value in reactive form. Add method to component class. Okay. Update username. Okay. And implement this method, this username dot set value new username. Okay. Now update the template with a button to simulate a username update. So open reactive component.html file and add a button here. Generate click event and call update username username method. Okay. Update user. Okay. Now save this file and open web browser. User 1 update user 1. Okay. User 1 updated with the new user name. When we click the update user button, the value entered in the form control element is reflected as its current value. In template driven forms, implement update username method. So copy, paste here. Okay. Save this file and open template.component.html file. Add button, generate click event. Okay. Okay, save this file. Okay, this is working correctly. Now save the form data. Add an ng submit event listener to the form tag with the on submit callback method. Okay, use form tag submit callback on submit. Okay, now add another form element button. Okay, and type submit, and button name submit. Okay, copy this form and paste inside a reactive form template. Okay, now implement this callback method. Okay, now implement on submit method in component. We will show the submitted data in console log. So use console log for template driven form. Okay, save this file and also implement on submit method inside reactive component for reactive forms. Okay, now save this file and inspect elements. Save this file. Okay, now open console. Open template component and use name property. Okay, now save this file. Okay, the error has gone. Now enter username, click on submit. Sorry, we have to use form control here. Form control. Okay, now save this file. Okay, error has gone. Now type user name user 3, click on submit and see the form submitted data. In case of template driven form, username submit and see. Grouping form controls. Reactive forms provide two ways of grouping multiple related controls into a single input form: form group and form array. A form group defines a form with a fixed set of controls that you can manage together, and a form array defines a dynamic form where you can add and remove controls at runtime. For reactive forms, create a form group instance and import form group in the component. my form, new forms group. Okay, now import form group. Okay, password, new form control. Okay, now associate the form group model and view in template. So open reactive component.html file. Now add this code, form group equal my form. Okay, now add another input element, password here, password. Okay, now save this file and update code here. My form dot value, form control name, form control name. Okay, now update reactive component. Okay, okay, now open web browser and enter form value, user, submit and see the form data. Okay, in template driven form, open template component file. Okay, now define a instance, my form, username. Okay, password. Okay, now update template component, my form, save this file and open template component.html file, add another input element. Okay, my form dot password here, my form dot username. Save this file. Okay, now update here, my form. Okay, open web browser. Insert username, password, click on submit and see the form submitted data. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe this channel, like, comment and share this video. Thank you so much for watching this video.